let's get into the news. Actually, we have a little bit more breaking news to get into. "21-year-old phenom Roman Anthony of the Boston Red Sox has been a revelation this year, and since June 9th, he's hitting .283, 400 and 428 with a triple slash, with 2 home runs and 19 RBIs in 46 games. He signed an 8-year, $130 million contract with an option for a 9th, with escalators that could take it up to $230 million, very similar to the Julio Rodriguez deal. I think this is a great pickup for the Red Sox, signing one of their young guys to a controllable contract that then gets him a lot of his value early. If you guys are going to sell or sign these team-friendly deals, heavily incentivize them and get them long-term past your free agency. Get the 8-9 years now if you can. Don't sign a team-friendly like Christopher Sanchez, who's signed a 4-year, $22 million deal. He is worth so much more than that. Hell, he's worth that this year, more than this year. So, congratulations, Roman Anthony. Thank you for setting the table for other guys like you in the future. That's pretty dang cool. All right, let's get into the news. All right, we have Shea Langeliers. A's catcher Shea Langeliers just set baseball history, and he became the 4th catcher in Major League history to have 2 3-homer games after belting 3 in a 16-7 rout of the Washington Nationals. His first one off of Mackenzie Gore, which is no easy task, and then he hit one off of Orlando Ribalta and Andre Lara. He joined Johnny Bench, Gary Carter, and Travis D'Arnaud. That's 3 pretty good catchers, as the only catchers to have 2 career 3-homer games, but he also did it in the leadoff spot for the first time. So he led off the game with a home run, and then he hit 2 later, becoming the first catcher in the history of baseball to hit 3 home runs while leading off in the major leagues. Congratulations, Shea. That is why we call him Shea Langeliers. Nice. Oh, wow. Speaking of home runs, Lourdes Gurriel hit a 103.9 mile per hour pitch from brand new San Diego Padres setup man Mason Miller over the left field fences for the only home run hit off any pitch over 103. That is, I was actually a little bit speechless. In the at-bat, he threw a 101.7, 103.6, an 89.6 mile slider, and then a 104.1 fastball. He also hit 104.2 later in that outing. He's throwing over 104, and he gave up a home run at 104. That is incredible. Congratulations, Lourdes Gurriel, though, on doing that. That's incredible. And it turns out that the Padres ended up winning the game anyway, so no harm, no foul, I guess. Moving on, Garrett Crochet leads the Red Sox to their 7th straight win and his 8th straight win, 8th straight winning decision in his last 8 starts. He is now 13-4. He struck out 8 to win his 9th consecutive decision. And Trevor Story has been raking this year, I think quietly, and no one's really talking about that. In his last 7 games, he's hitting .480 with a 1.552 OPS. That's crazy. With 3 homers, 4 doubles, and 11 RBIs. The Red Sox are now 13 games above 500 and securely in 2nd place in the AL East, coming up quickly on those Toronto Blue Jays. So it looks like my predictions are coming true and coming true very, very quickly. Unfortunately, their rivals, things have not been going as well. We're going to talk a little bit about that. The Yankees lose their 5th straight in a heartbreaking fashion. And a lot has been going wrong. We're going to talk a little bit about it. There's 5 big moments that have demonstrated their struggles. Now, as you can remember, in the trade deadline, they added, the entire bullpen is new. And yikes so far. Yikes. So, first up, we had Jake Bird coming in, throwing a sinker down and away. Grand slam to Kyle Stowers in Miami as the team, if you didn't know, the New York Yankees got swept in Miami for the first time in their history, which is absolutely incredible. But in this game, they're still leading this game. The Yankees end up losing it, unfortunately. Later, we have Jose Caballero with Camilo Duvall, another guy on the mound that they got at the trade deadline, gives up this ground ball to Xavier Edwards. He comes up and just whiffs it, and both guys on base, because they're on first and second, they score easy. The game is tied, and Xavier Edwards can freaking fly. They're lucky that was not in the park home run. Tying the game 12-12. Not a great look for the Yankees. And things didn't stop there. We got Jazz Chisholm watching a very obvious pop-up in the infield. Standing there, he watches it. Why is he not getting back to first? Then he didn't get back to first, and then later defended that play, saying that's exactly what he was supposed to do. It wasn't. And we get another look here. We see it on the side. He stands there. Right now, I think he's assuming it's going to be an infield fly. And what he really doesn't want to do is let him drop it or whatever. So I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was assuming, but he obviously thought something else was going on with the play, that it wasn't happening. But that also wasn't said in his postgame comments, which we'll talk about in just a moment.
AJ, I'm on my phone right now in Arena Club, and I'm looking at the Emerald slab packs, and I see in the Grail a Bobby Witt Jr. 2020 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto Gold Refractor card.
Give me that. Give me your phone. I'm gonna get you to
you gotta buy
that to me.
I don't have it.
I thought you had it.
Get a slab pack. No, I don't have that.
Then give me your slab pack.
That card's worth.
You buy me slab packs, Scott, so I can get the Bobby Witt Jr. Gold Refractor 2020 Bowman Chrome Auto, because that sounds awesome.
And it's worth a lot.
It's worth a lot. He's a stud. He's not going down. Get a Grail. I want a Grail, Scott. Give me the Holy Grail. You do it.
To do that, you must get yourself a slab pack in Arena Club. Or if you want to get it for a friend, you can do that too. And right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or your first card purchase. If you're going on there and you're just like, hey, I want a specific card. I find it there. I want to grab it for my showroom. arenaclub.com/foul and use the code FOUL.
Then, in the next series, we see Jake Bird again giving up a 3-run home run to Josh Jung in extra innings. And they lose that game again, 2. They are currently on a 5-game losing streak, 1 lower than their season high. And things are not great in the Bronx at the moment. And then the next night, actually, not the next night, because we haven't even seen Devin Williams, who has blown 2 saves in the same series. Then the next night, with a chance to come back and get back in the game, we have Giancarlo Stanton struggling to not get in a double play. That was his full speed running. He cannot run, and it looks real bad when a guy can hit the ball that hard but not run at all. And that inevitably ended the series as well after a couple tough outings from Devin Williams, who said, there was just one pitch, one mistake that got me, and people latched onto that comment and were furious. Now, a little context here, guys. When we say there's just one pitch that got me, that is an attempt for a player to try to hold on some of the confidence that they have been losing because things have not going their way. Because as a reliever, it often is just 1 or 2 moments that kill you. If that's a pop-up, then you're good and you're out. If that's a strikeout, then you're good and you're out of it, right? Or it's a home run and it looks like the world is... There is no it's pretty good. There is awful or there is good enough. Like, those are your 2 options as a reliever. And so in order to give yourself an opportunity to be better the next night, you have to compartmentalize these moments and not think every time I throw the ball, everything goes wrong. That will kill you. So that's why they say things like this. But fans hate it, because what fans want is you to flip a table in front of the camera and say, I'm so mad, I'm so angry, just like you are. And I understand that, but players can only you got to pick and choose your spots. If you do that, it will show up on the field. You will continue to do the thing wrong. You will stop believing that things are going to go your way. You will start to believe that they are going to automatically go the other team's way. And when that happens, you just don't play as well. So I know it's hard to hear, but that is where it's coming from, and they're trying. Now, the Jazz stuff, no clue what happened there. I don't know how you can rationalize that was a strategically good at all. You should have just got back. I when in doubt, just get back. It didn't make any sense. There was no value being off the base there. So now that that's covered, the Yankees really struggled. They've lost 19 of the last 24 on the road, and they are in serious trouble right now of falling even farther in their division, which they do not want. They do not want. All right, last couple pieces of news here. We have Milwaukee Brewers, on the flip side, are very good. They just completed their best 60-game stretch in the history of the organization, going 44-16. That's incredible. They just won 7-2 over the Braves again. On the road, they are 33-24, good for the best road record of any team, and they have the best winning percentage of any team in the league right now. They've made some key moves, which is interesting because we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But one of them was Andrew Vaughn, who has been absolutely ridiculous since June 13th. He's an 11-game hitting streak. He's hitting .429 with 4 homers and 14 RBIs during the hitting streak. He's hitting .370 since joining the Brewers. It's crazy. Pat Murphy, the pancake man himself, said they're hungry. They play hard. We try to create whatever we can create. I feel like we're always hanging on a cliff. You know what I mean? Risk isn't a word we worry about. We're not trying to play it safe. We just go for it, and I think they have all kind of bought in. Well done, Pat Murphy. Well done. And the Brewers are the real deal again, and they continue to be an enigma. And lastly, the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field finally gets an All-Star game for the first time since 1990. That is 35 years. It was commonly known that the reason they weren't getting it is because it's in a neighborhood. They're, like, if you want to do the festival thing, you want to have like the street fair and all the stuff, you need space to do it, and they simply didn't have it. Now, some new city ordinances in Chicago have widened up some of that space, widened the sidewalks, made it much more pedestrian friendly immediately around the park, which allows them to work with it a lot more with the All-Star festivities. So in 2027, the All-Star game will be in Chicago. And I think that's great. I think it's a great idea.